It is the night for a rematch, and we have two of them. We are live in Tulsa, Oklahoma for Monday Night Raw. And we are kicking off this week's episode of Raw with the first rematch of the evening. And it's from the SummerSlam kickoff show, where Big Cass defeated Randy Orton. One apiece between these two, and on the night at SummerSlam, during the kickoff show, many believed Randy Orton would leave victorious. Orton hitting Cass with an RKO, only for Big Cass to roll outside the ring. This gave Cass the time to recover. Orton resorting to the punt, but he missed. And Big Cass delivering a big boot to score the victory. Randy Orton weeks before defeating the Giant of the Future in under 5 seconds with an RKO. So who will have the final victory tonight? The Apex Predator or the Giant of the Future? The crowd here in Tulsa ready for the action here tonight on Raw, and we are kicking it off with a giant size one, because this is the 7-foot tall Giant of the Future, Big Cass, and you can't teach that. And Randy Orton knows firsthand that Big Cass is not soft. Big Cass kicking Orton's teeth down his throat. And if that happens again tonight, Big Cass could put this rivalry to rest once and for all. We are almost set here for our first matchup of the evening, and it is a rematch from the SummerSlam kickoff show. The Giant of the Future, Big Cass, goes one-on-one with the Viper, Randy Orton. And the referee signals for the bell to get our opening contest underway, and Orton blocks the strike from Big Cass, and it is the Viper immediately on the attack. And the crowd here wanting an RKO early, and we know that Randy Orton is capable of that. He can hit an RKO out of nowhere. Just ask Big Cass. But let me check my watch. We have passed the 5-second mark, so no repeat of a couple of weeks ago on Monday Night Raw, where Orton defeated Cass in under 5 seconds, courtesy of an RKO. Oh, and an inverted anatomic drop from the Giant, and Cass, turn around. Orton's up. Oh, and a European uppercut takes the Giant off his feet, and now takes him up. Oh, wow. And Big Cass is deceptively quick. Quick and agile is this Giant. He ties up with Orton, elbow to the back of the neck. And it was Randy Orton that ignited this rivalry at WWE Battleground, the night where SmackDown Live was no more. Orton with an RKO to Big Cass. Things simply progressed from there. But the Giant will be looking to close this rivalry here tonight on Raw. But a knife-edge chop cuts down Big Cass from Randy Orton. Easier said than done to take down the Viper when he's in this sort of mood. And I believe Orton was surprised that he was defeated on the kickoff show. I think he felt he had it all in hand when he was about to go for that punt. But that is now history, and we focus on tonight. A pin, 1. Just a 1 count. And the power of Cass. You see how far he pushed Orton across the ring with a simple kick out. Oh, punch to the face, went for the boot, reversal from Big Cass. And Cass scoops up Orton, but Orton finds a way out and a Russian leg sweep. Orton 1 step ahead of the Giant, and the crowd getting behind Orton here in Tulsa. And you can see Orton now gaining confidence here. Doesn't look like he's too concerned about that defeat anymore at SummerSlam on the kickoff show. But oh, he ran into that shoulder tackle and a big knee. That could do it. Pin. 1, 2. Oh, and Orton kicks out at 2. An impact move from Big Cass. And it demonstrates how quickly Big Cass could turn the lights out on Randy Orton. That knee right on the jaw nearly sparked Orton out. But Orton's still in there. And later on this evening, we also have our main event rematch between Finn Balor and Mr. Money in the Bank, Samoa Joe. Yes, Joe still carries that briefcase with him. But Joe's focus has been on Finn Balor. Joe defeated twice by Finn Balor. No chance of evening the score, but getting some retribution could be on the mind of Samoa Joe. We know that Joe has choked out Finn Balor on numerous occasions. And that is a heated rivalry, and that is also tonight. It is your main event of the evening. Also, it is now confirmed, and no mercy, it will be The Rock versus Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns is in the building tonight. But Randy Orton sent off the ropes, and a shoulder tackle takes down the Viper. And the Viper reeling under the power offense of Big Cass. Elbow to the back of the neck. And Cass, wow. 1, 2. Orton again forced to kick out, but how much energy is Randy Orton using for those kickouts? Trying to push a man of Cass's size every time he has to kick out. Big Cass doesn't care about that. He's wearing down the Viper, and now knees to the midsection one after another, and follows it up with a Russian leg sweep of his own. You can hear the pain from Randy Orton. His age becoming a factor. Oh, Orton escapes, and a clothesline. I spoke too soon. Randy Orton, explosive European uppercut. And a second. Boot to the midsection. DDT. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Oh, and the shoulder up at 2. Big Cass finding a way to get out, but Big Cass is slow to get to his feet, and the Viper awaits. Look at Orton. Those eyes. European uppercut. Cass is in trouble, but the Giant of the Future fights back with a punch and a fist of his own. Sends Randy Orton off the ropes. Oh, he went for the belly-to-belly reversal from Orton. And again, Orton becoming one step ahead of the Giant. Picking up Big Cass. Big Cass will not want to lose this. Neither man will want to lose this match here tonight. Power slam from Orton. A real chance to close this rivalry off. And Orton, vintage Randy Orton, the Hangman's DDT. And Orton is ready. He's coiled to strike. Oh! Big Cass escaped the RKO. Oh, and a knee to the midsection. Randy Orton went for the RKO. Big Cass, well aware of it. Now Big Cass replies with a punch of his own. These two going toe to toe, and it is not advised against a man the size of Big Cass. Orton went for the RKO. Big Cass wise to it, and now the Giant is back in control and perched on that middle rope, and a mistake from Big Cass. It's not often that we see the Giant of the Future climb the ropes, but he did then, and that is a good reason why. Oh, a stiff punch to the face, followed by another one from Big Cass, elbow to the back of the neck. And the Giant trying to force this, but Randy Orton float over the top, and another DDT. Big Cass cannot stop Randy Orton. And now Orton sends Cass to the corner. What is Orton looking for? Oh, well, we will never know. And Big Cass, oh, this is dangerous. A dangerous position for Randy Orton. Oh my goodness. What goes up must come down. And a giant-sized suplex. Pin. Could have it. 1, 2. Oh, and Randy Orton finds a way out at 2. But the damage has been done. That was a huge maneuver from Big Cass, and now Big Cass, he could be looking for that big boot once again, which served him so well on the SummerSlam kickoff show. Big Cass lining it up. Oh, Orton out the way. RKO! 1, 2, 3, and Randy Orton with an RKO out of nowhere. Almost a reverse finish to what went down on the SummerSlam kickoff show. This time Big Cass was ready to strike, but it was Orton with the RKO. Randy Orton may have finally put this rivalry to bed. The RKO being the defining factor here tonight in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And the Apex Predator striked once again, defeating the Giant of the Future, Big Cass. What a way to kick off this week's episode of Raw. And we have plenty more action here to come tonight. After the closing moments of last week's Monday Night Raw, we all thought Cassius Ohno was about to show respect to John Cena. But we were wrong. Cassius Ohno KO'd the franchise. It is now official at WWE No Mercy, our next pay-per-view, Cena vs Ohno 2. Welcome back to Monday Night Raw, and we are being joined by the most controversial man of the moment, the big dog, Roman Reigns. And just listen to the crowd here in Tulsa. Well, we all knew The Rock was not here tonight in Tulsa. Reigns knew this, but he didn't know about this. A big smile on the face of Roman Reigns. Not entirely sure what he was trying to pull here tonight on Raw. The contract was signed earlier today, and we all knew that The Rock was not in attendance here tonight. But The Rock will be in attendance at WWE No Mercy, where it will be the People's Champion, the Great One, The Rock, taking on the big dog, Roman Reigns. Samoa Joe in no talking mood. It is Balor Joe next. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Monday Night Raw. And we are almost set for your main event of the evening. As the Balor Club ascends here in Tulsa. And there is the leader, Finn Balor. And Finn Balor has defeated Mr. Money in the Bank, Samoa Joe, on 2 separate occasions. The most recent at SummerSlam. This rivalry has been a bitter one, with Samoa Joe trying to choke out Finn Balor at any given occasion. And he has succeeded twice. Once at a WWE live event, and once again right here on Monday Night Raw. And if Samoa Joe does that again tonight, it could be lights out for Finn Balor. But Balor brought the demon to SummerSlam, and he defeated Samoa Joe. No demon tonight. So can Finn Balor get the job done again with the Balor Club here in Tulsa by his side? And Finn Balor wants to hear the noise of the Balor Club. And just listen to this reception. And Samoa Joe won't care about that. Feels like at the moment he doesn't really care about the Money in the Bank briefcase that he carries with him. All he cares about is getting one up on Finn Balor. And see, Balor eagerly wants to get his hands on Samoa Joe. Still unfinished business between these two, but this is the Samoan submission machine, the Destroyer, and Mr. Money in the Bank, Samoa Joe. He still has that Money in the Bank briefcase in his possession, meaning he can cash in anytime and any place. But tonight, it's not about the Money in the Bank contract. It is about this rivalry between these two great athletes. And Joe, as we saw moments ago, in a foul mood, not giving Renee Young a moment for a word. Joe is all about taking care of business here tonight in our main event on Raw. And the referee signals for the bell to get our main event underway. And a jab and a forearm stuns Finn Balor, but Balor floats over the top, kick to the back of the knee. It's a good place to start. Oh, but Joe just dumps Finn Balor over the top rope. And Samoa Joe just wants to get his hands on Finn Balor. Referee putting a stop to that, but the drop kick, pin, one. Well, could you imagine if Finn Balor scored the victory like that against Samoa Joe? With the referee's intervention there, Joe would have been left fuming, but the match continues. Our resident celebrity referee, Alexis Sanchez lookalike, now completing his move to Manchester United. Anyway, surprised he's not wearing his full Man United kit, but we all know what we say about those kind of people, don't we? Yes. Comments below. Back to the action. Samoa Joe delivering the punches, putting down Finn Balor in the corner, and a boot, and Finn Balor struggling with that one, but does get to his feet eventually, but only to walk straight into Samoa Joe, and Joe with a forearm strike puts down Balor in the opposite corner. And Joe now with a knee to the face of Finn Balor, rocks Balor, went for the strike, reversal from Finn, and now chop from Finn, trying to force back Joe. Went for the enziguri, and this time Joe does connect. And another stiff knee from Samoa Joe. The arm drag from Finn Balor. And these two just slugging it out, a slugfest going on, and now Finn Balor takes to the air. Good God Almighty! Finn Balor just went airborne, much to the delight of the Balor Club. And referee Alexis putting the count on now, and Balor, having to think about this, heads to the top rope, springs to the top rope, and now waits for Joe. Missile drop kick, perfectly executed from Finn Balor. And look at the strength of Finn Balor. Pin, 1, 2. And Samoa Joe just gets that shoulder up. Balor looking to score a third victory over an opponent who just won't stay down. The splash could do it. 1, 2. And Joe powers out again. Joe incredibly bitter towards Finn Balor. Not quite sure where this has come from. Samoa Joe has clearly focused his time and effort on Finn, but Finn wasting no time tonight, looking for the coup de grace. Samoa Joe got out the way. Well, these two know each other tremendously well from the battles they've had in the past, and Joe got out the way, the straight jacket. And Finn Balor breaks out. It looked like Samoa Joe was done for. Balor went to end this early, but now it is Samoa Joe. A chop. Balor hits the outside. Samoa Joe! Forearm through the middle rope sends Finn Balor crashing to the mat. There's little kids there, Joe. Finn Balor crashing to the protective ring mats on the outside, but they don't give that much protection at all. And then Joe roaring at the fans here tonight on Raw. Boston Crab now, Joe in control. And the referee asking the question of Finn Balor. What does Balor say? Has he got a response? Can you imagine the pressure of a man that size forcing the Boston Crab? But Joe now having to reel. This is a back and forth contest between these two. Blink and you will miss it. And Finn Balor goes to work on the legs. That's a smart move. I thought he would have gone there earlier. Trying to work on that knee, and you see that Joe has that more protective bracing on that one knee, but a drop kick could be an area that Finn Balor could exploit. Joe down on the mat, and Balor feeding off the fans here in Tulsa, but in doing so, giving time for Samoa Joe to mount an offense. Crowd chanting Finn. Joe just blocks that out. Joe is 100% focused and again connects. Sends Finn Balor off the ropes. Went for the forearm reversal. LA kick. And Joe, you can see the anguish on his face. And could this become the beginning of the end for Samoa Joe? Shotgun drop kick. And Balor, don't waste time. Wait just a minute. What the hell? That's Rusev. And well, we know that these two had an altercation on Raw, and God almighty, Rusev wants to crush, and Samoa Joe could just crush Finn Balor now with the Coquina clutch. The Coquina clutch applied, and you can see he's got it locked in with the legs too. And Finn Balor forced to tap out. Give a huge assist to Rusev. Samoa Joe. Well, look, the shotgun drop kick, and at this point, it was looking like it was over for Joe, but Rusev ranting and raving on the ring ramp, and then the Coquina clutch applied, locked in the middle of the ring, and Finn Balor is forced to tap out. Samoa Joe gets retribution for SummerSlam, but he can give a huge assist to the Bulgarian brute, Rusev. I have no idea what is going on out here in the arena. I mean, we've got lights flashing, flickering, these sound bites being played, and obviously Vince left hanging on the line to Triple H. It's chaos again here on Raw. The boss, Mr. McMahon, is furious. He wants to know what is going on. Who's in control? Where on earth is the general manager going? What's he looking at? What is Triple H staring at? Oh my God.